Hello and welcome back. Eddie Radosevich, George Stoia here from Jordan-Hare Stadium. An improbable victory for Oklahoma today. 27-21. Kip Lewis with a 63-yard pick six. OU's down by 11 in the fourth quarter. I've been to a lot of these, I feel like. I've been to a lot of Oklahoma football games. Maybe the most improbable. Let's start there, George Stoia. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm almost speechless. It just reminded me a little bit of that Baylor game back in what year was that? 2019.
2019.
That was a bigger comeback, but this one it felt over. I mean, Auburn goes down and scores. I think was it 11 minutes left, and it was 21-10. I mean, and I'm getting hammered on Twitter right now about, I had tweeted out that it was probably over. I tweeted out that this is going to be a long season. OU's going to struggle to win games. They were unbelievable. Michael Hawkins connects on the 60-yard touchdown pass, but 60-yard pass to J.J. Hester when the offense was doing absolutely nothing. I mean, it was horrific. And then they turn around, get the pick six on the next possession. Unbelievable, Eddie. And what's crazy is we can get into the details of the game, and we'll get into this too, but it changes the outlook of this season, right?
100%. I think that this was like we talked about, this is a must-win. And then when you put in all of the ingredients of what the fourth quarter was, when you look up and it's like basically Auburn can go ice the game right now. Got a little bit of help with the 3 field goals.
Well,
unspeakable.
Auburn was horrific at times, especially late in this football game. They made a lot of mistakes that helped Oklahoma, but Oklahoma made them pay for it, and they never gave up. They didn't quit. I really thought, I was like, especially when they went up 21-10. I think OU ended up getting some penalties, had to eventually, I think, turn it over on downs, right? And they miss another field goal. Auburn helped them out, but this feels like, Eddie. And we'll see. Look, no win's going to be easy for Oklahoma this year. That's clear. Sure. The offense is going to have its problems. The defense even showed signs of having some problems today, especially with the deep ball. But this could be really a defining moment for Oklahoma this season. We could look back on this and say, that's the reason why they were able to get to 8 wins this season or whatever it is. And I think that it speaks volumes to the program, what Brent Venables is trying to build, the culture, especially, I thought it was really interesting, his comments after the game about the defense and changing the narrative here at Oklahoma. And OU has done that under Brent Venables. They have done an amazing job where you can really rely on your defense to win you football games like this, because the reality is, Eddie, in this league, there's going to be a lot of games like the one today where you're going to have to sit back and you're going to have to just hold on for dear life, right? Or come up with a miraculous comeback. So props to Oklahoma. I think you probably did too. I counted them out. I thought there was no chance.
You're lying to yourself if you didn't count them out, and especially there in the fourth quarter. Let's go all the way back to the first quarter. First possession for Oklahoma. They force a 3-and-out to open the game, and then Michael Hawkins, 48-yard touchdown rush. And for a second there, it seemed like, what the hell? How was this guy not starting from the beginning?
Yeah, I thought he was good all day today, Eddie.
The way that he operated the offense in some of the loudest moments that I feel like I've been in a stadium for here over the last couple years, the poise, everything that goes into that, it truly an incredible performance. First true freshman quarterback to win a road start or win his first start on the road in over 100 years for Oklahoma.
That's an unbelievable stat.
It's crazy.
Think about all the great quarterbacks that have come through Oklahoma. So, look, was he perfect today? No, absolutely not. He made some mistakes. That's going to happen. But he didn't turn the ball over, right? I don't even think he really put it in harm's way much of today. But he used his legs. The 48-yard run to start the game, talk about just a huge moment for him to be able to make that play. And that's where he's different, man. Like, he made some plays today. How about the 60-yard bomb, great throw, great catch, all of that. The big play was on the drive that they ended up getting a field goal. He scrambles out, I think it was a 3rd and long, and he finds J.J. Hester down the field for a big pickup. I mean, those are the type of plays that you're like, man, this is what Oklahoma's been missing. So
was J.J. Hester's knee down? There's a lot of air below that knee, possibly. We don't know. It kind of reminded me of the Miami game last night. It's like, they didn't call it on the field. Maybe that's going to have to stand.
Yeah.
Unbelievable moment. You have to settle for the field goal, though, because you can't punch it in. You have the penalty. The penalties for Oklahoma.
How many did they end up with?
Had they end up losing that game, I think that you look back to the penalties, it's a massive story within the game.
Yeah, it was. They were undisciplined for, the tight ends. I think they accounted for like half of them, and especially in that one drive when they're down 21-10. So, look, props to Oklahoma, man. I can't say it enough. I am shocked that they won this football game, considering where they were. I mean, it was 21-10, Eddie, with, was it 8 minutes left? They had turned it over on downs, and Auburn had the ball at midfield.
I think everybody then is thinking, go for the kill shot. I know that the stadium was, but
and
they
were
don't.
Beaten, and OU, I think, changed some things up defensively because Auburn was beating OU over the top.
Sure.
I mean, they were getting behind OU secondary, and I think OU changed some things up. They played Eli Bowen a lot, and I thought he came in and played well. But man, this defense though, Eddie, and then late, right? Like Auburn has the ball with 4 minutes left, and R. Mason Thomas does it again. The guy is unbelievable in these late game situations. Robert Spears Jennings has a huge sack, which
that was the big one for me. It was Robert Spears Jennings. It kind of was the exclamation point on what was maybe one of the best fourth quarters in Brent Venable's career at Oklahoma.
Yeah, the OU Texas game certainly is up there.
Sure.
I think Brent, after the game, he said this was my first time experiencing Sooner magic as the head coach. I think OU Texas is probably in that conversation too, but it's just a massive, massive win for Oklahoma. Zach Schmidt, Eddie. Hand up.
Nope.
I talked so much shit. I was wrong. I apologize to Zach Schmidt. Like, public apology. I spoke to him after the game.
Yeah.
Congratulated him. I mean, talk
what a
about
cool moment though. He knocks down the big one to put him up by 6 late. He knocks down the early one too.
Yeah.
It was a chip shot, but we've seen guys miss those.
Auburn missed back to back.
How terrible was that experience?
I mean,
right before halftime too, you think that you're going to get off the field. You have the 12 guys on the field, and then he misses it again. Maybe that was a sign of things to come.
Yeah, I mean, Auburn again. If you're an Auburn fan, you've got to be sick.
Justin Hawkinson had talked about this,
Yeah.
the Tiger syndrome or whatever that is.
And it's crazy because a couple plays here, a couple plays there. We're talking about Oklahoma and just absolutely laying an egg, on the road. And they flipped the script in that fourth quarter. I mean, 17 unanswered in the last 8 minutes of the game. Like, it's crazy, Eddie. And I think that Oklahoma now going into the bye week, like, you maybe get some guys healthy. They need some guys healthy on offense, but maybe you found something in a J.J. Hester, right? He had a great game today. Brennan Thompson, I thought, played well at wide receiver. Javante Barnes at running back. Gavin Sawchuk had a nice run, got taken off the board because of a holding penalty, but I thought the offensive line was not bad today. I thought they
played
held
better.
up.
It played better, and I think that they're getting healthier up there.
Yeah.
I think that that's one of the things that we've talked about so much is just they had to get some guys up there that had experience. You thought that they played pretty well, all things considered, today from where it was.
Jake Taylor is one tough son of a bitch. That guy, he's battling several injuries. He played the whole game. I thought he held up well in pass protection. He was physical in the run game. Props to those guys. Branson Hickman, too, battling through some injuries. That offensive line, again, they're not great. They're not going to go in the Joe Moore Award this year. But I thought they really held up. And if they can get healthy, man, like maybe they can find something offensively. But I think this season is obviously going to be defined by this defense, how great they've been. You're going to have to lean on them, right, in a couple of weeks. Facing Texas, which we don't need to get into that. I think OU needs to celebrate this game tonight. But man, I thought that I don't even know, Eddie. I've lost.
It truly is one of those things that I think a lot of people will remember. That first road game on the SEC territory.
This crowd was amazing today. Yeah. You said it was.
I thought that they were extremely loud. I thought it was
Tennessee. It's up there.
It's tough because there's so many more people at Neyland Stadium.
Yep.
But for this setting, this scene, trying to turn their season around, to rip it away kind of from Auburn today was unbelievable.
I mean, it's supposed to be one of the toughest places to play, not only in the SEC, but all of college football. So for Oklahoma to come in here with the true freshman quarterback, out 5 wide receivers. We talked about this in the car ride, which, by the way, awesome trip, right?
It was awesome. It's been great.
Yeah, but we talked about this. Any team in the country, you say, oh, they're out, they're top 5 wide receivers, they've got a makeshift offensive line, and oh yeah, they're starting a true freshman quarterback on the road in the SEC. Like, you're not picking that football team to win. And so for them to come in and find a way, I think speaks volumes, like I said at the beginning. of this program, the belief within themselves to do this. And again, I know Auburn gave them some breaks, but to do it still, I think is incredibly impressive. And we said it all along, Eddie. Get to 4-1.
Sure.
Get to 4-1. Survive. Get to 4-1. Get to the bye week. Maybe you can find some things during the bye week. Get some guys healthy. Who the hell knows what's going to happen in Dallas in 2 weeks? But now you're all of a sudden, again, it changes the outlook on this season for Oklahoma.
The trajectory for Oklahoma season certainly changes. They improved to 4-1 on the season with the 27-21 victory here at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Unbelievable performance, an unbelievable win that I think, I don't think it's dramatic to say will go down in Sooner lore.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's funny. I always kind of laugh at Sooner Magic, but it's kind of real. Like, that shit happens. Like, they've been able to do this, last year against Texas.
I mean, the Kip Lewis pick six is maybe one of the more mind-boggling, just like out of nowhere. You needed that play.
Peyton Thorne is bad, but Kip Lewis, I mean, it was a great defensive play call because they had bring it, Brent talked about it post-game, but they were bringing a different blitz and they were showing Kip coming and then he dropped back. Peyton Thorne never saw him. R. Mason Thomas creates the pressure, forces a bad throw, and then for Kip to take it to the house. Sure. Like, that's how Oklahoma's going to have to win football games this year. They're going to need probably some defensive touchdowns, some special teams touchdowns, things like that to break their way. And, and it's just so crazy. Kip's a guy that a year ago, Eddie, he wasn't playing a whole lot. Sure. He started playing in the back half of the season, really came on late, and to see his growth and development, again, I think speaks to what Brent Venables is trying to build here.
Incredible performance, incredible win for Oklahoma. Stick with Soonerscoop.com right here on the Soonerscoop.com YouTube channel. It's going to be a big week going into the bye week. Plenty to talk about. So OU Texas, OU Texas week.
Did Texas
2 weeks away.
Texas, I think I don't know how much they ended up winning by over Mississippi State. They struggled though, and Texas
14-6 at halftime, 14-7.
Texas is a damn good football team. It's going to take a hell of an effort from Oklahoma to beat that group. But look, anything can happen in that game. You just never know. And with this defense, I think you're going to have a chance in just about every game this year.
Can't wait to get down to the Cotton Bowl. There's nothing like it. Nothing. I think I'm losing my voice. I think I'm kind of sick. All right, for George Stoia, I'm Eddie Radosevich. Oklahoma wins 27-21 in an unbelievable game here today at Auburn. We'll be headed back on the road thanks to Eskridge Lexus. Make sure you check out the Eskridge Lexus post-game show. If I can talk, I'm battling here. We're sick. We'll talk to you next time.